you guys daily regular content, so do go ahead and subscribe if you can afford to and you want to support. It's a great way to allow me to keep on producing content for you guys. We're approaching once again 300 subscribers. We're getting so close, I swear. We're at 283 because the Doc B3 has just came in with a Twitch Prime sub, which is actually the next thing I was about to talk about. So go get some Wardy hearts in the chat for the Doc B3. Thank you for the Twitch Prime and welcome to the Wardy family. Let's see some Wardy hearts in the chat, people. Let's see some love for the Doc B3. Obviously, if you've got that Twitch Prime and you haven't used it to sub to someone yet, click that sub button. You may say subscribe for free, and you can, well, subscribe for free. So you can do that, super plain, super simple, super easy. It does support us just as much as any other sub, so you can do that. And remember, any new sub is 20% off right now. So if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe for $4, and you can gift subs as well for 20% off right now too. So do check out all of those opportunities, bits and pieces. All of it goes a long way to support. And again, we're pushing for 300 subs. We're 17 away. We're gonna break it. We're gonna make it happen. I swear down. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Bottom right side, our blue Zerg player from Team Liquid. It's TLO. His opponent to the upper left-hand side is the red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It's Snute. As we have a Team Liquid showdown here. Already one Team Liquid player in the round of 8 tomorrow, which is going to be Euthermal. So he'll be in the round of 8 tomorrow evening. As we get set up and ready to go. Hashtag Wardy sellout. Yeah, of course I'm going to sell out. You kidding me? You gotta sell out. I'm telling you, we're going to hit 300 subscribers. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say this before we actually do it, but we will hit it. I am so determined. We were so close. We were 6 away the other day. Now we're 17 away. We'll get back, though. We'll bounce back. We'll make it happen. Do let me know who you're supporting in this series as well, though, guys. Snute or TLO, the Liquid boys. Remember, TLO is 0-1 in the group, so actually I was kind of thinking about how this might go. Halston is 1-1, TLO is 0-1, and Snute is 2-0. If TLO beats Snute, he would go 1-1, and then TLO... No, then TLO and Halston are also still just 1-1, right? So whoever wins that series advances. So if Snute wins this series... So yeah, this could actually get into a three-way tie still, so even Lambo's hopes are maybe not completely dead, because if Snute wins this... It can come down to map score, so we won't talk about it too much. But if Snute wins this, and then TLO beats Halston, but... no, if Snute wins this, but TLO beats Halston, it would be a three-way tie on Halston, TLO, and Lambo, and so we would go into map scores, and so it would come down to who took maps off Snute, which is Halston right now, and obviously we'll see a whole bunch more as we can see these few links going in towards the main base. We can see what else is happening. What if I stopped going away so much I'd get more subs? Dude, I've not been anywhere. Are you kidding me? I've streamed like so much lately. Can I just remind you guys how much we've streamed lately? Like in the past week or so? Okay, we've not streamed too much because there's been nothing to cast. I tried to run an America's event, but I actually streamed, right? But listen to this. I streamed on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, the 16th, the 17th, and I took a day off to fly. And then I tried to stream on the 19th, but we had issues, and today's the 20th. I've streamed like every day for the last week. When I was in Poland last week for IM qualifiers, we streamed. Come on, we haven't gone anywhere and like not streamed. Obviously, I mean, I do appreciate that, but obviously going away does affect the sub count, right? But for events like, you know, going away to cast like IEM qualifiers in Poland, which is why I still am now, by the way, I'm still in Poland. Going away to cast events like that obviously do create little situations where it is much more beneficial for me to go and work in a studio for a weekend than for a couple of days of streaming, but, well, it's just one of the prices we have to pay. We can hit 300 subs though, guys. I know we will. Because if we don't hit 300, I might actually have to reconsider streaming StarCraft 2 in 2018. Basically, 300 is the point at which we can sort of look at it and say, okay, if we stay around 300, if we get to 300, we can stick around 300 subs, we can pretty much continue to produce StarCraft content for 2018 without really having to think twice about it. So we're pretty much there. I'm pretty confident it'll be fine. But that's why I keep talking about the 300 sub marker so much. But let's talk about this game, shall we? Because we really haven't. And so we've seen some lings running around, but defense on both sides. Interesting for TLO to take the low around third hatch. But maybe just forced you by those lings. Snoot's going to get aggressive though. He's making a bunch of overlords. He's already got the roach roaring down, and roaches are on the way up. Compared to a fast lair out of TLO, I mean, he's going to go into roaches of his own with a +1. But if he starts building roach speed +1 missiles, those are upgrades which are really going to slow down his roach production, and which might just leave him very vulnerable to this attack of Snute in the next few minutes. couple of lanes coming forwards, and they will fight against this queen. Look, let's see what else is happening. You meant when I went away for BlizzCon / Home Story? Yeah, okay, but I mean, like, the reality is, like, I can't just not go to those events. Going to Home Story does more for me. I mean, what am I going to stream when Home Story comes on? What am I going to stream when BlizzCon's on anyways? It's, yeah, I mean, I know, like, it's never good to go away, but I try to minimize it. I'm trying to stream more when I am away. Like, right now we're streaming from Poland. I'm trying to do that more and more, of course. Anyways. Roach is coming through the center of the map again, ready to go. As you do see the Roaches, a few of them morphing into Ravagers. Getting ready to keep on pushing in. And it is going to be this all in from Snute. He's up about 20 army supply going into this. TLO actually has a Ravager of his own. This one Bane goes forwards. The Queen goes down very quick. In fact, two Queens go down quickly here. Snute with some corrosive battle potential of his own here will try and cancel some Roaches morphing on those eggs, but he doesn't find it just yet. Some more Banes splashing down quite nicely. A Spine Pull or two have just finished up. And so trying to splash those eggs down with the corrosive battle was a nice idea, but it meant that the Spines do survive a bit longer. Lings from TLO, from Snute, sorry, do run in, and those Lings are going to get the surround, which helps for Snute to just clean up those units. The battles hit quite nicely once again. It looks as though that Snute probably will just have enough to break on through this. Some very aggressive ZvZ today, as the third hatch is going down at the very least. Snute will come in and get that again in a few moments here as he pushes up this ramp and get the surround and those Roaches. But TLO will continue to fall. So Roaches of TLO can continue dropping. That's going to be GG from him. Snute is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3 in 7 minutes. Well, ZvZ always is a quick, feisty affair, isn't it? And that's exactly what we just see here in this game 1. Snute goes up, and the brackets released tonight, and so it will be on Team Liquid calendar, etc. By the end of today. The full bracket, and it'll be on Liquid Video, the full bracket for tomorrow, so you guys will be able to check that out. So, we kick this off and look to see what's going to happen in game number 2 of this best of 3 ZvZ. Let's kick this off and see what we can see. Top right hand side, I believe ZvZ player from Team Liquid in the Team Liquid Showdown of Group D of the WardiTV Christmas Invitational number 2. Happy holidays to you all. What's up, ZvZ player? Snute. He's going up against the red Zerg bottom left hand side, of course. His teammate is TLO. A little bit of a interesting one from TLO, just gas pool into the hatch on the third base, so playing some mind games here early on versus Snute, who just very confidently opens hatch gas pool. Snute was able to play kind of aggressively against. He's able to kind of, you know, not aggressively. He's able to play this build against the aggression of Lambo earlier, and he was completely fine. So we'll see how this game figures, you know, how it goes, because this really is a bit of a mind game from TLO. Like the gas pool hatch, you know, when the Overlord arrives and sees no hatcher on the natural, Snute might just think that this is a bit of an attack, and he might overcommit to a defense which he doesn't really need, as the first 6 Lings are going to run around the side, keep themselves hidden, keep that timing hidden, so that Snute doesn't get any information at all just yet. As we do see the 3 Lings continue to move around here. Just going to come around the right and see where they can go, what they can get up to. And Link speed for both players at the moment as we continue to set up into this. You see that Spine Crawler coming down, and Wilson just getting ready to defend, but he does come and check the third base very quickly, so he's not going to be fully tricked by this right away, actually, as you might have potentially thought he could be. You're just going to see the Queen thrown down and inject that Link speed on the way up from both players, and that Bane and Nest on the way down as well, just coming in behind this mineral line. So Bane is just coming in behind the mineral line. And the third lane's building once more, as we see TLO really just going to go all out aggression here, so he is going to be aggressive in the end, as Snute going up to the third hatchery. His own Bane Nest on the way, but not ready just yet. His Link speed will kick in very shortly at least. So I'm just going to be seeing this Bane Nest about halfway done right now. More Lings gathering together. Banes are going to finish up very soon. And again, that push in towards the natural expansion happening in just the next few moments. So here we go. TLO, his aggression begins. Snute already pulling back. Queen's on the ramp. His Bane Nest in a little bit of trouble. As long as it finishes though, he'll be able to morph in a Bane or 2, and that will be all he needs to get a couple Banes from high ground, and that can go a long way. As we see, Snute will start to pull a few drones into split positions. He will actually have to cancel a Bane Nest. That makes life much more difficult, because now he has to fight this with just pure Ling Queen. Queens cannot get in range of all of those Banes right now to target them down, and the Queens are about to fall. So Snute, he starts up a new Bane nest in the main base, sending a couple Lings forwards at a time to help kind of hold the wall off at the moment, as he is going to be still trying to pick away and cancel another Bane, and he will get one cancel there. Throws a Ling or two down in towards these Banes also. A couple of drones in trouble, but he still gets one more Bane. Only 2 Banes left to TLO. 3 more Zerglings will get themselves a cancel, and now Snute actually making his way down to the low ground. 19 drones apiece, he's held on quite handily, and now he will have a Bane nest coming through. A couple Lings jumping onto a Bane ASAP here. Again, the more of these they can cancel, the better it's going to be over time. As now these Zerglings also moving through towards the south side as well, so more Lings coming forwards. A little bit of back and forth between the players. So you can see this Bane with TLO. Going back in towards the natural. Queen continue to fight and trade. You see that Bane picking up another couple of Zerglings. Queen's continue to pick away at Zerglings too. It's going to go down, so Queen falls. Snute currently on no Queens and 2 Banes in his mineral line. Well, if you can deny these from doing too much, that would be great. There's a couple of Lings from TLO that are going to follow up, and they are going to start getting some more drones. TLO looking as though he's going to be able to tie this one up at this rate, because Snute is running out of options across the map. He's got some Lings. He has to find some real major damage in the next couple of seconds. He's going to grab some Lings as they move around. I mean, he might be able to get into this mineral line, but with enough to actually kill some drones, he has to do at least 10 work of the damage to even up the worker kill, just the worker count here. I mean, he does have a third hatch against no third hatch, which is a big deal, right? Comes in, those 2 Lings get picked off once again. The Queen now in trouble, but there's the defensive Bane, and TLO begins to stabilize. Snute being aggressive with his own Banes here. He obviously wants to get something done, so he comes and flaps around once again. 2 Banes are looking to see what they can do. One goes off on the Morphin Bane, and 2 Banes still coming in. If they can find the drones, then maybe it's a possibility that it's enough. 3 workers only. I mean, this Queen will get splashed on by a Bane again. Another Bane is just not quite going to finish. Snute still comes out of this down by about 8 workers, down by a little bit of army supply. TLO definitely has their second game. Very much so on the way to being in the back here. Remember, if TLO wins this series, we kind of talked about the eventuality of Snute winning this series, but if TLO wins this series, it will be him and Harston playing head-to-head to confirm who goes for the group. Snute will still advance. GCV's units continue to drop here. We're going to see these Lings going back on top of another few Lings. Snute still being aggressive. The arc supplies have evened up a little bit the last couple of moments. And Snute will pick his way through one Bane, and he will now just die for the other. I mean, it's that stage of the game where you need to take some risks, I think. TLO is still down a hatchery, remember, as we actually see Snute losing another couple of drones as aggression goes across the map. Snute will grab a drone or 2 of his opponent now as well. He's still playing with such a worker deficit, though. And TLO grabbing units here and there. Both players just microed on each side of the map. TLO with a few AFK Zerglings, which obviously could go a long way to helping out. I mean, that's a good amount of Lings. It's just where he's rallying to get those over here. Those Lings will be dealt with, and he'd have a much better time. And now they are going to start picking off reinforcements. And TLO is going to try and get back up the ramp in towards the main. Spine core defensive. This is one heck of a crazy ZvZ, I have to be honest with you guys at the moment. It's not what you'd usually expect to see, as this Baneling is also going to be coming up and getting ready to roll. Lings down from the main base to the natural. You're going to see these Lings are working their way through a third base also. Still just craziness all over the shop as we see TLO re-engage in on those Zerglings. The Lings of Snute can get pushed away. So they get pushed away through the center once again. Snute through the middle of the map. He's still somehow an unequal army supply to TLO, so if he can maybe just get rid of some Banes efficiently here, when he pulls away, he's going to get himself a couple of cancels on Banes right away, and again, that's a big start, because now that supply that never actually does anything for TLO. And if Snute's Bane's going to get cancelled, he comes up the ramp. I mean, he's just going to get cornered in eventually, right? If you see a Baneman as well join the fray, and that means that Snute has to dodge around, dart around, and it just means that he isn't really going to be able to find what he needs to here. He goes back in towards this mineral line where he's looking for more workers still. But TLO has continued to maintain about a 10 worker lead throughout this game, and that worker lead is not going anywhere as these Lings from Snute do absolutely nothing, and now they're so bad, so many of them in the red and the orange health, some of them in the yellow. TLO dodges that one Bane, will not go down. Snute protects it again. Some great Ling Bane micro throughout this game from both players. TLO trying to commit back onto those Lings to do a little bit more. A couple of Lings there. Snute, there's not really enough for Bane for each player coming in right now and seeing what it can connect onto. Snute with a few more Banes, and TLO with Banes coming in as well, but Snute is still trailing overall here. Not a great trade in terms of Bane versus Bane for TLO, but it's good enough because he just has so much more, and Snute knows it. TLO takes game 2, it's best of 3. Now, just as we start this one up, I'm going to bug you all once again, because we still haven't used up these Match Arena coupon codes. I'm sure someone will be kind enough to exclamation mark matcher in the chat, sorry. It's super simple. You go into the chat, you click on the Match Arena link, you go to the page, you sign in, it takes 20 seconds total to enter the coupon code, and you add $1 to the prize pool. The more of you that do it, the faster we do it, the faster we use up the codes, the better it is. And that allows us to, well, just raise the prize pool for the players. So go, and get that done. So we kick this off. To the bottom right-hand side, of our player who just evened up this series, 1-1, it is TLO, our blue Zerg. Off the back of some very heavy aggression, honestly. Actually did a very decent job of it. As to the top left-hand side, our red Zerg player is Snute. TLO is somewhat still fighting for his tournament life here. Can stay in it if he is able, especially now he's took a map off Snute. Depending on what his result is against Harstom, even if he loses this map, he could still advance if he was able to beat Harstom 2-0 or so. But that's something which obviously you'd rather not kind of like it to get to, I would imagine. I imagine that players would much rather like it to get to a bit of a different, you know, I imagine that TLO would rather win this now and then just straight up put it to him versus Harstom without him having to win 2-0. So I mean, it gets map scores involved and gets a little bit messy. Obviously Harstom's going to be fighting to be one of the non-Zergs in our bracket. Again, we're going to be drawing that bracket later tonight. We won't do it on the stream, but it'll be up on Liquipedia for you guys to check out. It's going to be all the games played tomorrow, so all of round of 8, round of 4 and finals tomorrow. We're going to start, so tomorrow's a bit of a weird day. We start early in the day, 10 AM CET, we start for the Masters Cup playoffs. And then in the evening we're going to have the WardiTV Christmas Invitational playoffs. So we're probably looking to start the Christmas Invitational about 5 PM CET, do a couple best of 3s, so 2 of the 4 round of 8 matches probably, and then 3 of the best of 5s. Obviously, semi-final 1, semi-final 2, and the final is either best of 5 or best of 7. I think we do best of 7 for this event actually, but that's the plan for tomorrow. So 2 best of 3s into semis, both semis will be casted in the finals. But all of that will be after we do the Masters Cup playoffs, which are going to be happening from 10 AM, and that's going to be a great lineup of players as well. If you guys haven't seen that one, is by the way in the game just a couple of Lings coming over, and TLO going for a very early Evo chamber, and we saw that from Lambo earlier, and then it kind of didn't work out for him. So we'll see how this one goes, and we'll see if it is going to be characters again. But again, very quickly, just to tell you guys what's coming up tomorrow. Mana versus Maxed in the semi-finals of Masters Cup, and then we have some round of 8 matches left to play on the other side of the bracket. Namshar versus Uthermal, and Blythe versus Soul. So we start the day with some TVZs, then some Protoss players come into action, and we're going to have 6 best of 5 for that in the lead up to the Christmas Invitational playoffs. So lots of action tomorrow as we continue with more StarCraft, day in and day out. Fast +1 is TLO's choice here off of the Evo chamber, throwing down a Rotoron as well as Snute. And these feelings over on the right hand side going to be moving around, poking, seeing what he can get up to. A couple of Lings are going to be coming all the way over to the far right side now as Ling Speed about to kick in. Snute going to get that here, and again, Rotoron about halfway done. That Bayness is about halfway done as well so far. As we just get into the next stages. Loving the spam in the chat. Spam this squid to help Liquid. That's I've not actually seen that one before, but I mean, you can spam it and you'll help both players, right? They're both from Liquids. I don't know why Harstom spammed it, because he has to win this next series. So I don't know that, Kev. I don't know what you've set yourself up for. Anyway, some Banes coming in as Snute is on the defender's side of this, as we see Roaches on the way out, getting ready to utilize what is a very weird sort of 2-base push, or kind of a free hatch coming in, but kind of mostly setting this up off of 2 bases with the Roaches now coming in behind this +1 missiles. And we'll see TLO probably getting a little bit aggressive with this. There's some Lings and Queens coming in to push some Lings away to the left hand side. And Queen's going to try and start hunting down Overlords as well, so they try and get over there to do a bit more. There's now 2 Queens of Snute going to jump on this Overlord of TLO. It's going to get starting to be pushed through the center of the map. And actually TLO will be losing that Overlord, so that's a bit of a pick up. Snute keeps up the aggression. While these Roaches are in low numbers, he can trade very well, and he grabs himself a Queen as well. Sees the Roaches massing up, will pull back defensively. Down a couple of workers, Saucer's on the Rotoron, his Evo Chamber coming through. He's going to be so far behind on upgrades throughout the game though. Obviously Snute's biggest advantage is that his 3rd hatch was just a bit earlier. He has not been able to get rid of this 3rd hatch at TLO. If TLO was to attack, then Snute can just counter. Already these Lings are coming down the left hand side to try and have another go at that 3rd hatchery in the next couple of moments. So here we go. Well, Roaches will be 2-shotting Lings now because that +1 missile upgrade is finished. You see Snoot's just going to sacrifice himself onto the third hatch, but as a few more roaches come in, he realizes it's maybe not worthwhile, and so he is going to be pulling back up the left once more. Again, a heavy trailing in terms of his upgrades. He's also not going to have roach speed, so TLO is really going to become the aggressor in this game, the one who can move out on the map, who can hit time and windows of upgrade advantages. Snoot's really going to have to sit back and chill out a little bit, maybe use these lings and wait for the chance to run by once again. He's really not going to be able to do much other than to sit, defend, and try and macro up himself, and then try and play the defensive stage, especially when he has that upgrade disadvantage. When +2 finishes, it's going to be quite a while. That TLO has +2 over +1, so a large window where you can trade very efficiently. And so Snute really will just have to rely on a number of units and perhaps a little bit of a stronger eco. Although right now TLO is the one droning. It's only a 4-worker lead and it's only just been set up, so it's nothing too crazy just yet. But it's starting to get there as those lings running towards the natural mineral line, and they're going to start finding some drone kills. This is what Snute needs, putting these lings to use and finding some damage here and there. I mean, a couple drones here, a couple drones there. It all adds up over time. He just doesn't quite manage to grab that one with super low HP. He will still get a few of them though overall. And it's 5 kills for now. We'll maybe try and grab 1 or 2 more units here, but the Roach, the Queen, should be enough. Across the map though, TLO is moving forward, but runs into so many roaches off Snute. This is not really a stage of the game where TLO should be attacking, right? I mean, his upgrade hasn't finished. I mean, he just gets roach speed, but that's really it. Meanwhile, he sends more roaches over, so he's going to be able to create something from this, but so far I don't think it's justified to have lost all of his roaches so ineffectively for 5 workers. Oh, I mean, that worker count is now rising, so it's getting to be a bit better. But I don't think TLO was really meant to commit in with those first few roaches when he did. So kind of taking seize of that opportunity. So again, we're in game 3 of our 5th best of 5 of the night, guys. After this is one final, sorry, not 5th best of 5, 5th best of 3. After this, one more ZvP, TLO taking on Hearthstone, and it could be a real decider as to who advances through the group stages here and into the playoffs of the Christmas Invitational. Snute actually a finalist of the Christmas Invitational last year, lost out to Uthermal in the finals, which was the best of 7. It was actually a pretty fun series. Well done, so cool to see him maybe moving through again. Snute going to fight this initially with the upgrades even, but the upgrades are about to be at a disadvantage, and he's not really going to be able to break out up this ramp and have all of his roaches fighting at all. He's got roaches in the back that are just not doing anything. I mean, right now it's not terrible for him, and he's just starting to win out in sheer numbers. Spines coming in from TLO as well to help out. Snute will move to the right hand side to avoid the spines, obviously. I guess he can get away. This wasn't terrible in the end, but probably really felt like a moment where, especially as the +2 finish for TLO, is like, oh, Snute, is this really going to work for you? Is this really what you want to be committing for? And it's a little bit of a weird moment or two as those roaches going to pull around the top side and see where they can go. Some more roaches of Snute still gathering in the top. +2 missiles coming in. There's the hydrogen dropping down as well. A few more roaches coming up. A Ravager is building, and we are going to be seeing another spine crawler coming over to the left-hand side. TLO will now send his army around the right. A good chunk of roaches here. No 4th base from either player just yet. Snute with that Hydra transition coming in, so we'll eventually get into a stronger army composition. Okay, and that's set up and ready to rumble. It's not ready just yet. All these roaches up the right side then. Let's see what TLO can do. As he will move on in very soon. He will still have a +2 advantage. Actually, Snute going to bypass the Hydras. Just going to go straight in towards Lurker Den. Not going to get muscular augments and play kind of a Roach Hydra style for a while. Just straight to Lurkers, and obviously that's something which TLO is not currently heading towards himself. So it's changed and pulls back through the centre, over to the left side. Looks to see what it can do next. Some information from Snute being picked up. Especially important that he's going to see both of the potential 4th bases here, and so he will know that Snute, he will know for a fact that TLO will not have a 4th hatchery. That is some very, very good information for him. Well, a few more roaches still just on the way through here right now from Snute, so still setting up into these. So you have this Lurker Den just over halfway done. The +2 missile attack from Snute can be finishing in a few moments as well, so that's going to be finishing up any second now. So +2 missile attack just finished. The +1 Carapace starting up also. And those roaches and a Ravager from TLO also just preparing themselves over towards the upper right hand side. Snute once again is going to be coming through the centre of the map and looking to do something once more. An overload gets picked off. Corrosive Ball's doing a good little bit of damage there, and it's going to be seen again. A few more roaches coming through. Roaches of Snute in the meantime while gathering themselves up, and still just a lot of units on the upper left hand side. As you're going to be seeing 5 Dropper Lords. Well, that's how TLO is going to make this one a full-on TLO game. Get things to be a little bit creative here, right? 5 Dropper Lords coming up right now, so well, the action is about to begin, my friends. 5 movies will start to move up through the center. Now Roach Ravager is going to come around the right hand side here. TLO will try and push himself into a position where he can get something done perhaps. I mean, a top right base as well is going to be finishing up, so Snute has a 4th. TLO only on the 3 bases. Snute making a bunch of hydras. The lurkers are ready to come into play. 5 of them start to morph. They're not going to be ready at the very start of this fight, but they will join the fight midway. Snute with pure Roach against Roach Ravager, because he's investing his gas into hydras and then lurkers, means this initial fight isn't great for him. Actually, one of the lurkers cancelled already. The second one is probably not going to get a chance to burrow, I don't think. There's overseers as well anyways, and that lurker goes down too. Snoot's in some trouble here. It's TLO. Remember, if he wins this, and Heartson and TLO are essentially just playing for a place in the playoffs, and right now it's looking good. Corrosive Powers are taking down lurker after lurker. And TLO looks as though he's just going to break on through Snute. Some hydras on their own now are not really going to do enough. The drones pulling in a couple of lurker shots have actually helped out. Snute is maybe just going to push this away. TLO is still committing on in. His dropper lords over to the left side never actually did anything. He never really committed in. Snute's actually just going to GG out. He can't get the units out in time to stabilize. TLO will take this victory.